Huntsville Hospital, Woody Anderson Ford. We are a family-owned business. We are Alabama's F-150 Superstore. Located online at WoodyAndersonFord.com. Lake Guntersville Ace Hardware, the Huntsville Sports Commission, and by Bryant Bank. We are proud to be Alabama's bank of the community and for the community. Online at BryantBank.com. Welcome to the Woody Anderson Ford High School Football Scoreboard Show. Powered by Lake Guntersville Ace Hardware. Call into the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline now, 256-576-4977. That's 256-576-4977. Now, here's your host, Scott Theisen.
Good evening and welcome in to the Woody Anderson Ford High School Football Scoreboard Show, powered by Lake Guntersville Ace Hardware. Those that have just been listening to Buckhorn and Hazel Green on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Buckhorn able to hold on the road tonight. They get the 64th meeting of the Cotton Classic, 17-14 your final. Buckhorn had won the last two going into the series. Hazel Green's last win at home, 2022. In fact, Buckhorn had won 5 of the last 6 matchups. They get that win tonight. Welcome in. It's another brand new week. And once again, all of the music you're hearing here on the Woody Anderson Ford High School Football Scoreboard Show, courtesy of our good friends over at Lehigh. It's the Blue Thunder Marching Band. Bringing us a little music this evening. Take a listen here to the Lee High School Marching Band. They'll be with us each and every Friday, helping us get through the scores, get coaches' reactions. We're going to go for an hour tonight, so you have us until 11:30 here on the Woody Anderson Ford High School Football Scoreboard Show. We've got a lot of stuff to get through, and let's start with our Class 7A scores.
Class 7A scores.
Bob Jones remains perfect in region play tonight. 31st meeting between them and Grissom. Bob Jones has won 5 of the last 6. Grissom's last win in the series, 2020. Tigers' last win in Madison. You have to go all the way back to 2002 when they played at Discovery Middle School. Grissom has never won inside Madison City School Stadium, and that trend continues tonight. 42-0 Bob Jones winners over the Grissom Tigers. The Austin Black Bears growl and growl big at home tonight over the Florence Falcons. They get the win, 34-6. Sparkman and Albertville. This one's still going on. Sparkman leading Albertville late. We'll get you a final on this one. This one over there in Albertville. The other Class 7A Region 4 game. Wicks Family Field, the place to be for that one tonight. And that was Huntsville and James Clemens. James Clemens came in smarting after getting beat by rival Bob Jones last week in the Madison Bowl. Huntsville posting a win over Grissom in the rivalry, looking to make it 2 straight wins inside Class 7A Region 4 play. James Clemens, though, awfully tough. They rebound. They get the 31-14 win. Joining us right out of the gates tonight, he was on the call for the James Clemens Huntsville game. Drudy Arman with us. James Clemens coming in, smarting after last week, but I tell you, this was the 12th meeting between the two. The Jets had won the last 7 in the series. Huntsville's last win, 2017. James Clemens leaves town with 8 in a row in the series.
Yeah, no doubt. It was a nice win for JC. They got off to a 10-0 lead, Scott. Came out really aggressive. They kicked a short field goal, 28-yarder by Pena on their first drive. And then what was kind of it was foreshadowing of what was going to happen the rest of the night. But Mason Rose returns an interception, 57 yards for a touchdown for a pick six, 10-0 James Clemens Jets. Now, Huntsville didn't go down without a fight. They hit a 61-yard touchdown pass to Mikael Ellison. Great throw from Wyatt Smith. The PAT was blocked with 3:08 to go in this first quarter. So it was a high-scoring first quarter, 10-6 James Clemens lead. But right out of the gates in the second quarter, a blown coverage, 76 yards, James Clemens, a touchdown pass from the sophomore quarterback Matthew Evers to Alex Lively, their slot receiver, and that ended up being a 76-yarder to the house, 17-6. Now, Huntsville fought back, and with 4 minutes to go in the half, after a Parker Simmons interception return, Wyatt Smith to Bryson Grissom, 13-yard touchdown. His two-point conversion was good to Jackson Spencer, made it 17-14. It was a very competitive first half, but got to give James Clemens credit. They came out in the second half. They shut out Huntsville. They ended up with picking off Wyatt Smith tonight 4 times. And so Wyatt Smith came in with no interceptions, Scott. No interceptions on the season, but he throws 4 tonight against that James Clemens Jets defense. And then the star of the game for James Clemens, he had at least 160 yards receiving and a touchdown catch late that iced it to make it 31-14. But Aaron Gonzalez, 10th grade wide receiver, remember that name, number 14. He ends up with a 19-yard touchdown catch with 6:48 to go in the ball game. MJ Gideon did score in the third quarter, but he was contained for the most part. MJ Gideon, as you know, junior running back, a very talented young man. His dad is the defensive coordinator, I believe, at James Clemens, and he should get a game ball. But MJ Gideon scores after a turnover by James Clemens, created one of those interceptions from 8 yards out. But it was just a workmanlike win, 31-14 from James Clemens, forcing 4 Huntsville turnovers. Huntsville defended the run well, but Gonzalez and Lively and the passing game were the difference for James Clemens tonight.
All right, we'll get the thought on James Clemens here in a second, but Huntsville, what's up next for Huntsville next week?
They are traveling to the capital to take on Sparkman in a 7A Region 4 road game. And as we know,
Sparkman winners tonight, 45-27 over Albertville. So that is a huge game for Huntsville. Bigger game for Sparkman as well.
And then for JC, James Clemens returns home to Madison City School Stadium to take on the Grissom Tigers, who just had a really rough outing, 42-0 against Bob Jones in 7A Region 4 action.
All right, thank you, Drew DeArmond. Let's go out to the phone lines. We just got a little bit from our Game of the Week call. Let's go out to the winning coach, Juan Johnson, head coach of the James Clemens Jets, on the bus, on his way back to Madison with us. Coach, congratulations on the big win tonight.
Thank you. Excited for my guys. We played hard, did some things to help you to win ball games.
Coach, let's talk about it. Last week, a rivalry game, a lot of emotion in that game against Bob Jones. It didn't go your way. What was practice like this week, and what was the mindset getting back to work after just one game last week?
It was really just go back to work. You got to do the work. You can't let one game define your season. Ultimately, the Madison Bowl didn't go in our favor. Just had some critical turnovers early, and then we came out hot tonight and were able to get the ball out in space and make them tackle in open field. We were able to have some success with it.
In your mind, I know you haven't had a chance to watch the film, but who kind of stood out in your mind tonight?
I mean, Alex Gonzalez was a sophomore receiver to do things he did tonight. I was tremendously proud of him. On the last call, I looked at him and said, "Hey, you're going to go up right here. It's going to be a solo double move. I'm coming to you." And he ended up making that play. Our quarterback, Evans, delivered a great ball, and we were able to secure the victory.
Well, Coach, now it's Grissom next week at home. You're back at home next week taking on Grissom. One region game at a time, but tonight's region win, a big one for James Clemens.
Yes, sir. Eagles up 1-1 in the region. It's actually my first home game as a James Clemens Jet, so I'm excited about it.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, you've played there. You were just visitors there last week with Bob Jones. So, all right. Season, that is weird to say, Coach. After 4 games, you're finally at home as the home team.
Finally home. You know, I've played in Madison City Stadiums a lot of times. I've been a visitor for over 10 years. I'm excited to finally be on the home side.
All right. Well, congratulations on the win, Coach. Best of luck next week.
All right. Thank y'all.
All right, Juan Johnson, head coach of the James Clemens Jets. They get the win tonight over Huntsville, 31-14. As we mentioned, Sparkman a winner, 45-27 over Albertville. So your winners in Class 7A Region 4 tonight, James Clemens, Bob Jones, Austin, and Sparkman. That is how it shakes down. All right, let's get you into some Class 6A scores.
Class 6A scores.
Let's go Class 6A Region 8. Fort Payne at home tonight, taking on Southside, and Fort Payne looked impressive. They rolled tonight in a big way, 28-6 over Southside. In a game that aired over for our Huntsville friends on 97.7 ESPN The Zone, Buckhorn and Hazel Green. Buckhorn holds on. This one was an 8-7 ball game, and then it kind of got you saw a little stretch there where some points were put on the board, but defense reigns supreme in the end. Buckhorn's defense reigns supreme. They hold on 17-14, your final. The other game in Class 6A Region 8, and I believe it's gone final. Just haven't got the final yet. We've got our scoreboard staff looking at it. They're looking into it. We've got about 20 interns in the building tonight. And, they're just trying to hold on and get it all in. And that is the Mae Jemison Lee ball game. And we've got a final coming. I know we've got a final coming in that one. Let's take a look here and see. Yep, we'll get you that final here in just a minute. All right, let's go Class 6A Region 7. Muscle Shoals at home tonight. Muscle Shoals this week checking in at number 4 in the Class 6A rankings. And Scott Baisden and company, I tell you what, they have found a groove once again this season. Muscle Shoals roll 66-0. How about this? In their last 2 games, Muscle Shoals has put up 115 points and have only given up 6. In fact, Muscle Shoals has only given up 19 points all season, with wins against Gadsden City, Florence, Columbia, and Decatur. I know, not the juggernaut of Class 7A schedules, but they've only given up 19 points all season. They win tonight 66-0. They will travel to Coleman next week, will Muscle Shoals. Jasper and Coleman, this one was a heck of a ball game. Back and forth it goes, and in the end, Jasper comes on the road tonight, makes that drive over to Coleman, and they leave victorious tonight, 30-29, your final there. Jasper would lead 9-7 after the first quarter. They would lead 16-14 at the half. Coleman would take the lead in the third. Jasper would score a touchdown late. They get the win, 30-29 over Coleman. Hartselle last night, blanking Columbia 63-0. All right, let's go Class 5A, shall we?
Class 5A scores.
Class 5A Region 8 is where we make a stop first. We did get a Mae Jemison final. Mae Jemison does roll tonight over Lee, 40-0, your final there. So a little bit about the numbers before we jump in there. 10th meeting all-time. Mae Jemison now 8-2 all-time against Lee. Mae Jemison knocked off Hazel Green last week. Lee was trying to stop a 14-game losing streak. In fact, the Generals' last win coming October 27th of 2023. That was the last win for the Lee Generals. All right, we are in Class 5A, so Scottsboro at home tonight, taking on Douglas. Scottsboro getting votes in the Class 5A rankings. If the polls was extended, they would be 12th in the Class 5A rankings. They are at home tonight over Douglas. They rattle and roll 61-14. Guntersville checking in this week as the 5th-ranked team in Class 5A. No problems tonight at home, 49-12. Arab at home tonight taking on Brewer, and the Knights They are golden. They get a win 31-13. Class 5A Region 7, Russellville at home. Russellville checking in this week. They are not in the Class 5A rankings. 20-7, the final there. Russellville wins 20-7 over East Limestone. West Morgan 8-7 winners over Priceville. Now, hey, how about this for West Morgan? West Morgan, that's a non-region game. West Morgan, the third-ranked team in Class 4A. They get a win 3-0 there. They are 3-0 on the year coming in, now 4-0. They have the state's longest winning streak now at 28 games, thanks to an 8-7 win over Priceville. All right, we're going to kind of jump ahead a little bit here because the Hatton Hornets tonight, boy, I tell you what, he was at Decatur Heritage last year and he worked his magic, did some great things, travels over to Hatton to become the head coach of the Hatton Hornets. And Hatton with a big win tonight on the road over East Lawrence. And, of course, we are talking to Hatton head coach Nikita Stover, kind enough to join us on the Scoreboard Show hotline. Coach, congratulations on the win tonight.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, take us through it. You go on the road tonight. East Lawrence, it's a tough place to play. If you've not played there, if you've not been there, it's a tough place to play. It can be tough. What'd you guys do well tonight, and how were you able to come away with a win?
Well, they consider the rival game, so they came out and played us, tough. First half, we played pretty physical, winning the half up, and I think our kids got a little complacent. We ended up finishing the game with the win, and any football team like a win no matter how you get it.
Coach, I know you've not had. I asked the same question a lot, but I know you've had a chance to look at the film. Talk to me. Who kind of stood out to you tonight? Who had some of those great moments?
Zarion Long had 3 interceptions tonight. He played exceptionally well on defense, and our offensive line blocked the tails off. Tavares Evans ran for over 100 yards again. So they did what they had to do, and we just got some things we got to clean up.
Well, the win tonight, 2 straight for you after a tough back-and-forth game, a season opener game with Deschler. It went back and forth, but you've managed to come away now back-to-back region wins, 2-1 now in region play. You look ahead next week, West Morgan on the schedule. And, Coach, if there's any way to get fired up, I mean, it'd have to be getting fired up, taking on a ranked West Morgan squad.
Yeah, if they don't get you fired up, I don't know what will. They on a great regular season win streak. Coach Phillips does an amazing job with those guys, and we talk a lot. And I'm looking forward to it. I think our guys are looking forward to it also.
What have you learned the most about your team after 3 games?
That we got a lot of fight. We even when guys get nicked up in games and feel like they can't go, they try to go. Like I had to tell the kids tonight, you got to get out. You're not helping us right now due to your injury. So I know that they'll fight no matter the situation. They'll keep fighting.
All right, Nikita Stover, kind enough to join us on the Scoreboard Show hotline. Coach, congratulations on the win tonight. Best of luck next week. Big region game against West Morgan. Then you step out of region play, Westminster Christian Academy, to close out the month of September. But best of luck next week at home against West Morgan. I am sure the atmosphere is going to be outstanding.
Oh, yeah, we're going to definitely, we're definitely looking forward to it, and we hope to have it rocking down here.
All right, well, best of luck, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, Nikita Stover, kind enough to join us on the Scoreboard Show hotline. His Hatton Hornets victorious tonight on the road at East Lawrence. Coming into the game, Hatton 17-7 all time against East Lawrence. Now make it 18-7 all time against East Lawrence. All right, we were doing some 5A scores. Let's get back into our 5A scores, shall we? West Point over Lawrence County, 41-8, and Fairview checking in this week at number 4 in the Class 5A rankings. They were at home tonight. They get a win over Ardmore, 42-7. Class 5A Region 6 Leeds at home tonight. Leeds coming in ranked number 6 in Class 5A. They were taking on Lincoln, and Leeds prevails at home 45-15. Jacksonville on the road. They get a win over Center Point 42-9. Let's bounce into Class 4A.
Class 4A scores.
It happened last night at Wicks Family Field. North Jackson, who held steady at number 10 in the Class 4A polls this week, they were victorious 61-21 over JP2. It was homecoming for the Falcons last night. Randolph, wow, David Lloyd and Randolph at home tonight. They get it done over Westminster Christian Academy, 35-12. Plainview at home tonight over DAR, 55-14. Class 4A Region 7, Deschler on the road, 49-6 over Wilson. West Limestone, 42-21 winners tonight over Danville. Hatton over East Lawrence, 21-12. 256-576-4977. If you want to join the Scoreboard show tonight, feel free to do so. We're going to go back out to the Scoreboard show hotline. Randolph head coach. We mentioned Randolph at home tonight, taking on Westminster Christian Academy, and head coach David Lloyd, head coach of the Randolph Raiders, kind enough to join us on the Scoreboard show hotline. And coach, congratulations on that win tonight. Westminster Christian Academy, awfully tough. You know it's a physical game. You know Louis LeBlanc's team is going to be well coached. But you were able to get it done tonight, 35-12.
Yeah, no, it was a great game. I really was proud of our defense. I thought Coach Smith and his staff did a great job putting a plan together, limiting them to 23 yards rushing on 23 carries. I thought it was huge for our defense, and I thought we won the game up front on both sides of the football. So really, really proud of our team tonight.
Yeah, who kind of stood out to you?
Jonathan Billions was over the century mark with 2 touchdowns. Bradford Hall also eclipsed the 100-yard mark with a touchdown. I thought Landon Leo played well as our quarterback tonight. Had over 200 yards passing. He was 13-21, couple of touchdowns, and more importantly, no turnovers. So I thought we did a great job protecting the football. Really just super proud of our offensive and defensive lines. Those guys played phenomenal for us.
Yeah, you look at the schedule. I mean, Coach, you threw everything at this team in the first 3 weeks. You scheduled West Morgan, who has the state's longest winning streak there right out of the gates. And then it's a region game against ranked Madison Academy. And then Plainview and Dale Pruitt, who are playing exceptional football right now. Those were the first 3 games out of the gates. What did you learn about your team? Those are 3 really tough ball games.
Our ability to bounce back. I think we've played one of the toughest schedules in the state of any classification right out of the gate. And we've always scheduled hard out of region teams for a reason. We know our region's going to be tough anyway, but we want to be challenged with those non-region teams for nights like tonight. When we know we're going to place a high-quality opponent, it's a region rivalry. We felt like this win was a big win for playoff seeding or playoff implications. And really every region game you play is going to have that implication on the line. But, we've always just had battles with Westminster in the past. So we know what they're going to do. They're a very physical team up front. They're well coached. They get after it. So I think being able to play those tough teams really puts it on the table for our guys about where we are, where we need to improve, how we need to practice, how we need to play. And what good teams are going to look like. But giving them some adversity early, I think really helps us down the road. I would much rather be 5-5 and have a chance to get in the playoffs and play quality competition than be 8-2 and not face any adversity to the first round of the playoffs. So just having the ability to do that and having our guys answer back throughout the week with a great week of practice and then to play the way we played tonight, just really proud of our team.
And you have a chance to pull even in region play next week as you're back at home, 2 straight weeks back at home. You've got JP2 coming in. And JP2's coming in. I mean, they are they're not the biggest team, but I tell you what, if you're not ready to play, they'll sneak up on you.
Well, they're going to get after it. Coach Crehan's done a phenomenal job over there, in the year and a half that he's been there. Quarterback slings it around really well. They've got a really good receiver. Running back that runs the ball hard. Man, those guys play hard for 4 quarters, so you're going to be in a dogfight the whole game. And they did some things really well against Westminster last week that we saw on film. So there's really no rest for us, man. We got to get right back on it and get ready for next week because we've got another tough opponent that does some things differently than teams in our region that we've got to prep for and get ready for. And, hopefully we can have another good week of practice and bring the same intensity that we did tonight.
Well, congratulations, Coach. 35-23 victors tonight. David Lloyd, head coach of the Randolph Raiders, joining us on the Scoreboard Show hotline. Coach, congratulations on the win tonight, and best of luck next week.
Appreciate it. Thanks, man.
All right, David Lloyd, kind enough to spend a few minutes with us. Let's get a break in, shall we? When we come back, we will take it to the top of the hour. It's the Woody Anderson Ford High School Football Scoreboard Show, powered by Lake Guntersville Ace Hardware.
Log on today, 977ESPN.com.
Tom Luganville here for my friends at Woody Anderson Ford. Bobby White and his team take great pride in their service department, and you can see it the moment you walk into those beautiful new service lanes. And just like a championship team, they all work together to make sure your experience is second to none, whether you drive a Ford or not. Also, check out the gold certified pre-owned inventory at Woody Anderson Ford for great deals every day. Stop by and see them at Jordan and Sparkman or at Woody Anderson of Madison on Hughes Road, or visit WoodyAndersonFord.com.
Lake Guntersville Ace Hardware is your locally owned and operated hardware store. We're not just about numbers, we're about helping neighbors, because our Ace Hardware store is part of your community. We're committed to being the helpful place by offering our customers personal service, quality products, and a convenient shopping experience. As the helpful hardware folks in your neighborhood, we promise that helping you is the most important thing we have to do today. Stop by and visit Lake Guntersville Ace Hardware today, 1536 Blunt Avenue in Guntersville.
The AVCA Beach Volleyball Pairs National Championships are back in Huntsville this November. 64 of the nation's top pairs in collegiate beach volleyball are hitting the sand in a weekend packed with big serves, wild rallies, and high-flying action. It's fast, it's fun, and best of all, it's free. You don't want to miss the excitement live, so grab your sunglasses, rally your crew, and join us at John Hunt Park Sand Volleyball Courts from November 7th to the 9th.
John Abraham here for the parts department at Bobcat of Huntsville. Not only do these guys carry genuine OEM Bobcat parts, they also have a full line of Marshalltown concrete supplies. On top of that, they have a wide selection of arborist tools and supplies on hand for you tree guys. Bobcat of Huntsville also has a full service department, and don't forget the sales and rental guys too. Come on down and visit the all-new Bobcat of Huntsville location in Madison on Highway 20 next to the Redstone Harley-Davidson.
Exceptional outcomes start with exceptional therapists, and that's what you'll find at Johnson & Hayes Physical Therapy. With 7 convenient locations across North Alabama, Johnson & Hayes offers expert care close to home. Our experienced clinicians specialize in everything from orthopedic and neurological rehab to TMJ, pelvic health, and lymphedema therapy. Johnson & Hayes is trusted by physicians and by patients across the region. Visit johnsonandhayes.com and see why outcomes matter at Johnson & Hayes.
Isn't the story of the prodigal son an amazing story? Basically, a rowdy boy who literally wished his father dead ran away and consumed his wealth with hard and fast living. Yet the father looked for his return every day, and when the boy got tired of eating pig slop, he decided to return. What did the father do? As soon as he saw that boy, he ran to him, threw his arms around him, and killed the fatted calf for a great celebration. Hey, I'm John Dees, pastor of the Cross Point Church. If you're looking for a church home, come see us, smack dab across the street from the YMCA in Madison.
This is David Lloyd, head coach of the Randolph Raiders, and you're listening to the North Alabama High School Football Scoreboard Show on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Now back to the scores.
Welcome back to the Woody Anderson Ford High School Football Scoreboard Show, powered by Lake Guntersville Ace Hardware. What a night it was. I tell you, when we paint pictures, and we paint pictures in our minds sometimes about what high school football, weather, and everything should be like, last night and tonight were some of the best nights for high school football. Just picture perfect all around the Tennessee Valley, all around it. We appreciate you for staying up late with us tonight here on the Woody Anderson Ford High School Football Scoreboard Show, powered by Lake Guntersville Ace Hardware. If you want to join it, if you were at a game tonight, 256-576-4977. We have not been able to get through our 3A scores yet. Let's visit some Class 3A.
Class 3A scores.
Yeah, Class 3A Region 8, Collinsville and Whitesburg Christian Academy. Whitesburg Christian Academy head coach Jared Adcock and company at home tonight, taking on Collinsville, Class 3A. Collinsville got tripped up last week by Fife in a heck of a ball game. They dropped out of the top 10 rankings, did Collinsville. Collinsville just holds on tonight. 24-21, your final. Geraldine in Class 3A checking in at number 3 in the Class 3A polls. In fact, Geraldine picked up one first place vote this week. Wasn't unanimous for Mars Hill Bible. Mars Hill Bible, your number 1 ranked team in Class 3A. They got 17 of the 18 first place votes, did Mars Hill Bible. But Geraldine at home tonight taking on Sylvania. And Geraldine runs away with this one, 64-21. It was Fife over Asbury, 54-6. Fife checking in at number 6 in the Class 3A rankings. Now, let's go inside the schedule, shall we? Because it's coming. October 24th. We've got a little bit of time. And there's plenty of games to be played between now and October 24th. But folks, circle your calendar for October 24th, because that is when Geraldine will welcome Fife to close out the regular season. October 24th. If it all goes like this, barring any surprises, like I said, there's plenty of football left to be played. They could be playing for the Class 3A Region 8 title. Brindley Mountain, Holly Pond tonight. We'll get you that score here in just a minute. Class 3A Region 7, we mentioned the number 1 ranked team in Class 3A, Mars Hill Bible. They were on the road tonight taking on Sheffield, and they run away with it, 55-8, your final. Rogers at home tonight taking on Clements, 28-20, your final there. We'll get you some more scores from Class 3A Region 7 here in just a little bit. Let's see if we can get you some more. Trying to get, let's see here, Rogers and Clements, we mentioned 28-20. Holly Pond, big winners tonight over Brindley Mountain, 60-12. Of course, that is Class 3A Region 8. Class 3A Region 6, Westbrook Christian over Locust Fork, 53-7. Pennington over Ohatchee, 42-14. Of course, these are all Class 3A scores. And it was Glencoe over Walter Wellborn, 42-0. Staying in Class 3A, we got Class 3A Region 5. Kind of going over these, just want to make sure we haven't had any surprises come through there in the night. I tell you what, let's go into some Class 2A. We got a couple Class 2A scores we need to get to.
Class 2A scores.
Yep, Class 2A Region 8, we visit Lexington on the road tonight, taking on Tanner. Lexington too much in this one, 38-0. Red Bay, Winston County. Red Bay victorious tonight over Winston County, 29-28. Class 2A Region 7, Sandrock over Section, 35-12. Class 2A rankings, North Alabama, Pisgah coming in at number 3 in the Class 2A rankings. Coosa Christian there, number 6. All right, we're going to put the ball on the tee. We're going to give you 2 more quarters here of the Woody Anderson Ford High School Football Scoreboard Show. When we come back, we'll check in with more coaches and keep the show rolling along. It's the Woody Anderson Ford High School Football Scoreboard Show, powered by Lake Guntersville Ace Hardware.
Lake Guntersville Ace Hardware is your locally owned and operated hardware store. We're not just about numbers, we're about helping neighbors, because our Ace Hardware store is part of your community. We're committed to being the helpful place by offering our customers personal service, quality products, and a convenient shopping experience. As the helpful hardware folks in your neighborhood, we promise that helping you is the most important thing we have to do today. Stop by and visit Lake Guntersville Ace Hardware today, 1536 Blunt Avenue in Guntersville.
Tom Luganbill here for my friends at Woody Anderson Ford. Bobby White and his team take great pride in their service department, and you can see it the moment you walk into those beautiful new service lanes. And just like a championship team, they all work together to make sure your experience is second to none, whether you drive a Ford or not. Also, check out the gold certified pre-owned inventory at Woody Anderson Ford for great deals every day. Stop by and see them at Jordan and Sparkman or at Woody Anderson of Madison on Hughes Road, or visit WoodyAndersonFord.com.
Specializing in simple and affordable rentals, McCurry Van and Car Rental can make sure you have just the right vehicle for your next family vacation, weekend getaway, or if you just need transportation while your vehicle is being repaired. McCurry carries Ford Transit vans and Mercedes Sprinter vans, trucks and work vans, and more. And they offer discounted rental rates for long-term rentals. Now with 4 locations: Athens, Muscle Shoals, Coleman, and Huntsville. Log on McCurryRentals.com to make your reservation now. That's McCurryRentals.com.
Are you tired of chasing a roofing contractor to show up on time or even show up at all? I'm Sam Fleming with Fleming Roofing and Restoration. Our motto at Fleming Roofing is we show up. Our goal at Fleming Roofing is to provide the reliable customer service that you deserve, and we have the resources to meet all of your roofing needs: residential, commercial, industrial, replacement, or repairs. We are manufacturer certified for roof coatings, single-ply membranes, and asphalt shingles. Whenever you need a roofing professional you can count on, call Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We are committed to finding the solution that meets your needs. We don't have quotas or heavy-handed sales tactics. Fleming Roofing, we have expert experience. We show up. Free estimates: residential, commercial, industrial, replacement, or repairs. Check us out at FlemingHSV.com. FlemingHSV.com. When you need a quick response, it's Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We show up.
Eagle Masonry and Installation. It's right there in the name. Eagle is your one-stop shop for block, stone, or brickwork, monument signs, and outdoor kitchens and fireplaces. Eagle also offers the finest craftsmanship and insulation, including fiberglass or spray foam insulation, and of course, insulation removal. Philip Love and his team have years of experience bringing the region the best in masonry and insulation services. For more information and a quote, visit insulatewitheagle.com or call 256-755-1556. Eagle saves you time. Eagle saves you money.
This is Rich Dutton, head coach of the Grissom Tigers, and you're listening to North Alabama High School Football Scoreboard Show on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Now back to the scores.
Well, welcome back in. Scott Theisen here in our Scoreboard studios. Woody Anderson Ford High School Football Scoreboard Show. Just finishing up all of the scores that we have throughout the night. And we're going to run them all down here in just a little bit. But we do need to go straight out to the Scoreboard Show hotline. His team was victorious tonight, 34-6. Over the Florence Falcons. Of course, that's the Austin Black Bears, and head coach Jeremy Perkins, kind enough to spend a couple minutes with us here on the Scoreboard Show. Coach, congratulations on the win tonight.
And thank you very much. I thought our kids played hard and played well for the most part.
At home tonight after 2 straight road games at Decatur, at Sparkman, both wins. You're at home tonight against Florence. You prevail. What worked well tonight?
Well, first of all, we played lights out defensively for the majority of the game. We gave up a deep touchdown pass that we actually had good coverage late in the first half. But for the most part, defensively, we held up strong, got a couple turnovers, and we were able to run the football. Our big running back, Aiden Davis, big offensive line, we pounded them some, wore them down. Second half, the run game kind of took over, and we had a couple big plays in the passing game as well.
Who else kind of stood out? I know you threw out a couple names there, but who else kind of had great nights for you?
Well, Channing Patton made a big play in the pass game on RPO, and he was able to take a little glance route about 65, 70 for a touchdown, broke a couple tackles. Kadir Lyle played well, had a couple big runs, and made some really good throws. Our offensive line played well. I was very, very pleased to see that, and that group's coming into their own and really, really improving each week.
Jeremy Perkins, head coach of the Austin Black Bears, joining us on the Scoreboard Show hotline. Coach, that's 3 straight wins now. Next week, back at home once again, as you're going to take on Albertville before the bye week. What do you want to see, and how do you want to see this team get better from this week to next week?
Well, we got to do a better job of finishing drives in the first half. I thought we left some points out there. It was a tight game at halftime. It was a 13-6 game. So that's an area that we missed some opportunities the last 2 weeks. The game's been a little bit closer than we felt like it should have been. So finishing some drives early on, coming out more ready to play, protecting the ball. I mean, we've had at least one turnover in every game so far, one or more, and we need to protect the ball. And we had a couple bad snaps on punt tonight that didn't end up really hurting us, but in a close, tight ball game, that could wind up being the difference. So we've got to be a little bit more sure in the special teams.
All right, well, Coach, the end result, though, is a win. You're able to put it on the scoreboard, and in the win column, it's a region win, which is even more important, keeps you perfect in region play. Congratulations on the win tonight. Best of luck next week before heading into that bye week.
Thank you very much.
All right, Jeremy Perkins, kind enough to spend a couple minutes with us there. His Austin Black Bears victorious tonight over the Florence Falcons. All right, we need to set the stage because we have got to run down through all of these scores. And in case you are wondering, why are we on so late tonight? Well, the Buckhorn game did go just a little bit longer again tonight. That's okay. We'll spend more time with you here on the Woody Anderson Ford High School Football Scoreboard Show, powered by Lake Guntersville Ace Hardware. And guys, if we want to, we can go ahead and call Thomas Ashworth too. No, you're fine. You're fine. We can call him as well. Thomas is free tonight. So he was covering the Hazel Green Buckhorn game, the Cotton Classic. So we'll check in with him as well tonight. Plus, we will also check in with other coaches from around the area. Colbert Heights, a victory tonight over Elkmont, 46-21. Some scores that we have not had a chance to get to and throw out there. May Jemison 40-0 winners tonight over Lee. Want to make sure we get that one out there. We also want to make sure we get Madison County. They're victorious tonight over New Hope, 27-6. That, of course, coming in Class 4A, Region 8. Let's go out to the Scoreboard Show hotline because we've got another coach with us. His team victorious tonight at home. In fact, they are victorious in shutout fashion. And at the end of the night, they are still one of the unbeatens in Class 7A Region 4. In fact, they are unbeaten on the year And that is the Bob Jones Patriots. Their head coach, Kelvis White, kind enough to join us on the Scoreboard Show hotline. And Coach, when I look at it, I know offense scores points, defense wins ball games, they say. And after 4 ball games, your team has only given up 38 points all season, and that is with a shutout tonight. Congratulations on the win, Coach.
Thank you. And you're right. Our defense, they flew around tonight. Grissom did a good job of moving the ball, and but we stood strong, kept them out of the end zone, and again, I'm happy with our guys and where we're playing right now.
Yeah, you're playing real good. You come out last week, and it was an impressive performance against rival James Clemens. That is a game where everybody gets up for. I know the kids emotionally were up for it. They wanted it. It's a big rivalry game. Obviously, how did you bring him kind of back down this week to refocus on a talented Grissom team?
It was a challenge, and I don't think we did a great job of it. We didn't have a great week of practice, and the kids coming off a big win like that, and we just tried to emphasize to them. I told the coaches in the meeting Sunday we're going to coach harder this week than we did the week before. But again, I thought we were a little flat early in the game, but we had some guys step up, and we made the plays we had to make tonight. Grissom, Coach Judah's doing a great job. Those kids played hard, and they were tough. They were physical, but in the end, our kids kind of made the plays we had to make to pull away.
Who's kind of stood out to you tonight there on the field, both offensively and the defensive side?
I think our quarterback was solid. Jaden Rice, our running back, played well, and B.J. Carter. He kind of played both ways. I think he scored 2 touchdowns, and I think he also had an interception and a big kickoff return. So again, and of course Reese Dorsey. I think he had 2 touchdowns. So we definitely have some weapons. We have some guys that can make some plays, and defensively, Romeo Washington, Tyler Call is always all over the place and leading that defense. But again, started off a little flat, but they got it going. And again, you know how it is. It's hard to recover. It's hard to come out the next week after a big win like that. They're kids, and they don't sometimes understand what we're expecting of them, for us playing at their level every week. But, at the end of the day, though, we're just happy to get a win.
Yeah, and you got to win it. And, Coach, even more importantly, though, you took care of business at home. Tonight's game was the final of 3 straight home games early in the schedule. You had Lee, James Clemens, and Grissom. Next week, though, it is on the road. Your only road test of the season came back in week 0 against Coleman. You were able to get a win 28-3, but a region road game is always a little difficult. And next week it's at Florence.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough, big matchup. Florence definitely has some athletes, some good players. Coach Morrison is going to have his team ready. And, just anytime a region game on the road is always going to be tough. But hopefully our guys can see we played the way we practiced, I thought, meaning we were a little sloppy, but we can have a great week coming up next week. That's a big thing I emphasize to them. We got to have a great week so we can play the way we expect to play.
All right. Well, Kelvis White, head coach of the Bob Jones Patriots, kind enough to join us on the Scoreboard Show hotline. Coach, congratulations on the win. Best of luck next week on the road at Brawley Stadium, taking on Florence in another big Class 7A Region 4 game.
All right. Thank you guys for having me on.
All right. There you go. That's a 7A Region 4. So, again, your Class 7A Region 4 winners tonight. James Clemens over Huntsville, 31-14. Bob Jones over Grissom, 42-0. Austin over Florence, 34-6. And Sparkman over Albertville, 45-27. All right, so that's 7A. The big 6A scores really, remember, May Jemison over Lee, 40-0, and Fort Payne over Southside, 28-6. Those were your 6A Region 8 scores, as well as the 62nd edition of the Cotton Classic Buckhorn and 64th meeting, I should say, of the Cotton Classic. Buckhorn at Hazel Green tonight. It was a big night for the Trojans. They have a turf field now. Tonight was the night they unveiled the turf field. First home game for Hazel Green. They renovated it. It looks great under the lights. They welcomed in Buckhorn for it. I mean, if you're going to do it, bring in your rival. And if it's a huge game, That means AL.com's Thomas Ashworth was on hand, and he joins us now for a recap of this one. And Thomas, what a night it was to begin with, though, because Hazel Green, turf field, packed house. I mean, it was an electric atmosphere. It was a rivalry game. Weather could not have been better. It was a heck of a night to start this ball game.
And a heck of a long game, too. I'm pretty tired, honestly. Just pulling into my apartment right now. But like you said, a crazy back-and-forth ball game. First off, I want to say prayers up for Moses White-Cotton, a linebacker.
Yes.
He was taken out with an injury, taken out on a stretcher. He was conscious, but looks like a lower leg injury. So obviously prayers to him and that his recovery goes well. But I thought that, both teams really did make some plays when they had to. It was a rough game for, a lot of the night for both teams. I mean, and both coaches would certainly say that there's a lot to clean up for both teams. But on offense, I mean, they made the plays when they had to. And the Buckhorn defense came up with some really big plays, especially that interception near the end of the game to kind of seal it and secure that last drive that let them run out the clock. But that was a back and forth game and a really good night, obviously, for Hazel Green to break in a new field. But, I thought that there are leaps and bounds from last year's Hazel Green team to this year's team.
Buckhorn came into this one. They're coming off a tough one last week with Gadsden City. They came, or my bad, yeah, they came in with a tough one with Gadsden City there. Kind of came out maybe a little flat, a little bit. Hazel Green, as you mentioned, much improved, but in the end, Buckhorn's defense, which has been a calling card this season, that defense has Division I talent on it, and they were able to rise up at the end to hold on to this one.
Yeah, and one coach I talked to in the past said that this Buckhorn defensive line is just probably is one of the best in the state, and can compete, with a lot of really good programs. But they have playmakers all over the field as well. I mean, their defensive backs are pretty good, and obviously they made a couple of really good interceptions tonight. But I don't think the score really told the whole story of that Gadsden City game. I mean, that was a tough game, and Gadsden City scored late to make it seem larger than it was. But I think this Buckhorn team has a chance to be pretty good if they clean up what they need to. Obviously, there's a lot to work on, but this defense is as talented as it comes. I thought that Hazel Green still did a really good job. I thought that their quarterback made some plays when he had to. They had a couple of really good touchdown passes. So a lot to like for Hazel Green as far as improvement from year one under Fred Ferry to year two. I think he's done a really great job. So if they just clean some stuff up, I think both teams can have pretty good seasons.
Yeah, and if you're looking at the Buckhorn Bucks, a win tonight, which they got, puts them now that's a region win. They're 1-1 in region play. If they can find a way next week to get by lead, they'd be 2-1 in region play going into their bye week with just 3 games left in region play. Fort Payne, Southside, and May Jemison. So you would think Buckhorn, if they can get a win next week, you like their playoff chances. If you're Hazel Green, you're still in this thing. You're still in it, even though you're 0-2 in region play. You got Gadsden City, Lee, Fort Payne, and Southside left. If Hazel Green can keep improving, they're not out of it yet either.
Yeah, like you said, this region is really still up in the air. I mean, Gadsden City is obviously very good, but there's a lot of really good teams that could still make a run for it. I mean, I like Hazel Green's chances. I thought that there was more encouragement for me than discouragement from that one. But Buckhorn still has a lot of really good defensive pieces, and they got a really good test early in the season, I thought, with Athens. I mean, it's the Athens team that has played pretty good football in the past and has some really good pieces still. So they certainly have a chance to make a run, but I really do like this Buckhorn team. I think that they're my sleeper team pick from the start, just because of their defensive talent. And David Green's done a really good job in a short amount of time. So credit to him and credit to his team for a win, but I thought there was a lot of encouraging things for Hazel Green as well.
I know you've been busy with this ball game tonight, Hazel Green and Buckhorn, but anything catch your eye around the state tonight?
I thought that Bob Jones played really well. I thought that, it's always tough to come off of a really big win, especially over a rival. And by big, I mean giant win. They beat James Clemens 54-7. Then came out and played really good football, 42-0. You just talked to Kelvis White. He told you the story better than I could, but just a really complete win. And obviously Randolph's beaten Westminster Christian. That's a rivalry game for them. So a really good win, obviously. But like you said, they got tested early in the season with 3 really good opponents. And Plainview is playing some really good football right now, and they'll keep improving. So 3 really good opponents for Randolph to start, but they really did make a statement tonight. I thought that they played, lights out from what it looks like. So it seems like that region is still up for grabs as well, especially with Madison Academy still having a chance, and Plainview, and so a lot of North Jackson, obviously. And there's a lot of regions up in here that are certainly up still in the air. So we'll see what this playoff picture looks like in November.
All right, Thomas Ashworth, AL.com, kind enough to spend a couple minutes with us. Of course, everybody can catch up on what you've got, what everybody else has tonight. All you got to do is just type in AL.com, and they can enjoy it, right?
Yes, sir, and I'm going to bed right after I finish my thing. That was a long game. So.
Well, you can always wake up early and do a little Southern Showcase cross-country meet tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. I love running, Scott.
All right. Hey, it's going on. Hey, there's only going to be like 2,000 runners there. It's a big high school meet, so come on out.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Thomas Ashworth, kind enough to wake up or spend time with us. Thomas, best of luck. We'll see you next week, bud.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you guys. God bless.
All right, Thomas Ashworth from AL.com, kind enough to spend a few minutes with us here on the Woody Anderson Ford High School Football Scoreboard Show, powered by Lake Guntersville Ace Hardware. It's 11:18. Let's get a break in. When we come back, we'll stamp the fourth quarter on this show, get you through all the scores, and wrap you all up. It's the Woody Anderson Ford High School Football Scoreboard Show, powered by Lake Guntersville Ace Hardware.
Log on today, 977ESPN.com.
Tom Luganville here for my friends at Woody Anderson Ford. Bobby White and his team take great pride in their service department, and you can see it the moment you walk into those beautiful new service lanes. And just like a championship team, they all work together to make sure your experience is second to none, whether you drive a Ford or not. Also, check out the gold certified pre-owned inventory at Woody Anderson Ford for great deals every day. Stop by and see them at Jordan and Sparkman or at Woody Anderson of Madison on Hughes Road, or visit WoodyAndersonFord.com.
Lake Guntersville Ace Hardware is your locally owned and operated hardware store. We're not just about numbers, we're about helping neighbors, because our Ace Hardware store is part of your community. We're committed to being the helpful place by offering our customers personal service, quality products, and a convenient shopping experience. As the helpful hardware folks in your neighborhood, we promise that helping you is the most important thing we have to do today. Stop by and visit Lake Guntersville Ace Hardware today, 1536 Blunt Avenue in Guntersville.
I'm here with Thomas from Talent Heating and Air. With the temperatures going up, now is a good time to get your heating and air system looked at. Thomas, when somebody calls, you guys answer.
That's right. The phones are staffed by us. They're manned 24/7. We're ready to come out and take care of you that day.
How do they give you guys a call?
You give us a call at 256-503-4490.
And you can find you guys on the World Wide Web at
talenthvac.com.
And now is a good time to do this because you guys are offering a special deal.
That's right. We're doing $49 tune-ups this spring. We're also doing free second opinions. We offer that year-round. Somebody comes out, they say you got a bag compressor or leaking refrigerant. Give us a call, see if we can save you some money.
Thomas from Talent Heating and Air. Thomas, one more time, that phone number.
256-503-4490. AL certain number 21014.
Sure, Valley Equipment Rental takes care of the homeowner and his needs, but how about the pros out there? Well, Valley Equipment has the big stuff as well. The equipment you need to get any job done. I'm talking about the big track hoe excavators, from the 30,000-pound mid-size one to the big boy 50,000-pound units. Need a dozer on the job? Well, they've got them up to 105 horsepower, and that's a good-sized machine. Plus, Valley Equipment has more lifts than anyone around. Up to 80-foot booms that reach 56 feet with a 10,000-pound capacity. 2 locations, North and South Parkway. Check them out today. Sure, Valley Equipment Rental takes care of the homeowner and his needs, but how about the pros out there? Well, Valley Equipment has the big stuff as well. The equipment you need to get any job done. I'm talking about the big track hoe excavators, from the 30,000-pound midsize one to the big boy 50,000-pound units. Need a dozer on the job? Well, they've got them up to 105 horsepower, and that's a good-sized machine. Plus, Valley Equipment has more lifts than anyone around. Up to 80-foot booms that reach 56 feet with a 10,000-pound capacity. 2 locations, North and South Parkway. Check them out today.
This is Coach Irvin McGuire, head football coach of the Lehigh Generals, and you are listening to the North Alabama High School Football Scoreboard Show on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Now back to the scores.
Welcome back to the Woody Anderson Ford High School Football Scoreboard Show, powered by Lake Guntersville Ace Hardware. Scott Theisen here in our Scoreboard studios as we are putting the finishing touches on what the state calls week 3 of the high school football season. There they are. That is the Blue Thunder Lee High School Marching Band. They are this year's soundtrack to the Woody Anderson Ford High School Football Scoreboard Show. Appreciate them for helping us out there. All right. I love this part. We're going to run it down 7-1. Here we go. Let's start Class 7A.
Class 7A scores.
James Clemens, the Jets, they fire on all cylinders tonight. They get the win over Huntsville 31-14. James Clemens on the road. That win. That one was over at Wicks Family Field. Bob Jones at Madison City School Stadium. They get the win tonight, 42-0, shutting out Grissom. Austin at home tonight takes care of Florence, 34-6. Your final there. Sparkman over Albertville tonight, 45-27. Albertville's losing streak grows. Class 6A Region 8 made Jemison on the road tonight, taking on Lee. That one was over at Milton Frank, made Jemison 40-0 winners over the Lee Generals. Lee's last win coming in October of 2023, so the Generals trying to figure things out. Buckhorn on the road tonight, 64th edition of the Cotton Classic. Buckhorn a 17-14 winner over Hazel Green. And Fort Payne over Southside, 28-6. Class 6A Region 7, Muscle Shoals shuts out Decatur, 66-0. Jasper, that was a heck of a ball game right there. Jasper scores late to take the lead. They hold on, 30-29. Your final. Hartselle shuts out Columbia last night, 63-0. Other Class 6A scores. Wow, trying to get just a couple more there. Slow night across the state. Scoreboard, slow night, but it's been a fun night for us. Let's go Class 5A, shall we, folks?
Class 5A scores.
Class 5A Region 7. Russellville, a 20-7 winner over East Limestone. Pop quiz, who has the state's longest winning streak right now? That'd be the West Morgan Rebels and head coach Drew Phillips. They've now won 28 straight ball games. They get an 8-7 win over Priceville. That was a non-region game. West Point over Lawrence County, 41-8. Fairview over Ardmore, 42-7. Class 5A Region 6 leads over Lincoln, 45-15. And Jacksonville over Centerpoint, 42-9. Let's bounce into Class 4A.
Class 4A scores.
In a game played last night over at Wicks Family Field, it was homecoming for the JP2 Falcons. They fall at home, though, to North Jackson, 61-21. North Jackson, again, checking in at number 10 in the Class 4A polls. Staying in Class 4A Region 8, Randolph notches a region win, 35-12 over Westminster Christian. Plainview over DAR, 55-14. And Madison County topples New Hope, 27-6. Madison County, I should say, Madison Academy, the Mustangs. They galloped and kept the horse in the stables this week. They were on an off week. Class 4A Region 7, Deschler over Wilson, 49-6. West Limestone over Danville, 42-21. Hatton over East Lawrence, 21-12. And Brooks over Central Florence, 27-7. Class 4A Region 6, it was Asheville over Aniana, 22-21. Cherokee County over Etowah, 38-14. Cherokee County, your fourth-ranked team in Class 4A. Folks, at one point at half, this was tied at 14. Anniston over Alexandria, 20-18. That is an upset. Well, actually not. Anniston comes in 5th ranked in Class 4A. Alexandria came in 9th ranked in Class 4A. That was a top 10 Class 4A showdown, and it lived up to every bit of the hype. Class 4A Region 5, Hamilton over Dora, 42-0. Let's go Class 3A.
Class 3A scores.
Class 3A Region 8. Oh, boy, this was a good one. Collinsville over Whitesburg Christian, 24-21. Geraldine over Sylvania, 64-21. It was Holly Pond over Brindley Mountain, 60-12. And Fife over Asbury, 54-6. Class 3A Region 7, Mars Hill Bible over Sheffield, 55-8. Rogers over Clements, 28-20. Colbert County over Lauderdale County, 34-12. And Colbert Heights over Elkmont, 46-21. Class 3A Region 6, Westbrook Christian over Locust Fork, 53-7. Pennington over Ohatchee, 42-14. And it was Glencoe over Walter Wellborn, 42-0. Let's dip into 2A.
Class 2A scores.
Class 2A Region 8, Lexington over Tanner, 38-0. Red Bay over Winston County, 29-28. Class 2A Region 7, it was Sandrock over Section, 35-12. Class 2A polls looks like this. Pisgah checking in at number 3 in the Class 2A polls this week. Pisgah taking on Pleasant Valley, and Pisgah, they notch a win 44-20 over Pleasant Valley. North Sand Mountain going to shut out Cedar Bluff 34-0. North Sand Mountain did get 3 votes this week in the Class 2A polls. Class 2A Region 6, Coosa Christian over Falkville, 26-0. Of course, Coosa Christian ranked 6th in Class 2A. And it was Cold Springs over Cleveland, 54-22. It was Woodville over Spring Garden in Class 1A, 41-26. Valleyhead over, or I should say Eider over Valleyhead, 22-21. Spring Garden, by the way, they were number 9 in the Class 1A polls. In Class 1A Region 7, Hackleburg over Waterloo, 52-6. And it was Vina over Shoals Christian, 18-8. Meek over Phillips, 60-6. Meek, of course, looking good right now. And then Addison over Cherokee, 66-0. Addison coming in ranked number 7 in the Class 1A polls. One other score to get to, Cleburne County over Talladega, 29-8. Well, folks, that's going to do it. We did it. 7A to 1A. We took you till 11:30. We went overtime tonight on the Woody Anderson Ford High School Football Scoreboard Show. Whew, that's going to do it. Great job by everybody tonight. We'll be back at it next week here inside the Scoreboard Studios. Make sure you join us for Week 4 of the Woody Anderson Ford High School Football Scoreboard Show, powered by Lake Guntersville Ace Hardware. Alabama football comes your way bright and early tomorrow morning.
The company is Eagle Masonry and Insulation, but did you know they're also Eagle Landscaping and Dirt Work? Eagle can take care of all your landscaping needs, including irrigation, sod work, and planting, both plants and trees. On the dirt work side, Eagle can grade and build your pads, haul dirt in or out, and even do erosion control. Philip Love and his team can do it all for you. The website is the same, insulatewitheagle.com, as is the phone number, 256-755-1556. Give them a call and see what Eagle can do for you. Eagle saves you time,
Eagle saves you money.
Your Fox 54 weather.
I'm Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman. A mostly sunny sky this afternoon. Temperatures climbing into the mid and upper 80s. Some of us probably going to see 90 degrees. It's going to be a beautiful evening for Friday night football. We'll start the evening in the lower 80s and then gradually fall into the 70s as we head into the later part of the evening, dropping into the 60s through the overnight. A mostly sunny sky for your Saturday. Temperatures consistently climbing into the upper 80s and lower 90s.
Your Fox 54 weather. Only on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Prospect, probably be a Wolf guy that I think Alabama fans need to pay attention to. No question about it. And I'll continue to talk about my guy, Michael Chobe. He had a sack again tonight. I have him double digits in sacks already through 4 games. He's just a junior. He's another defensive line guy. He's 6'5", 250 pounds. I think he'll end up 285 on the college level. And you just can't find guys with that kind of first step. So I think he's going to continue to get better. There's also a young offensive line prospect at May Jemison High School to keep an eye on. He's just a sophomore. He's got good bloodlines. His mother was a really good athlete. So I just think there's going to be a lot of guys to follow. And I will say, if you follow the University of Alabama, they certainly have a lot of hay in the barn already. But they're just like offering, Caleb Morris today. They're going to continue to have their eyes open to add players late because, again, you can't find enough quality defensive linemen. You never know what's going to happen in the transfer portal. And, of course, tomorrow is going to be a big opportunity for Alabama to take the next step, handle Wisconsin. They've got a lot of their committed guys that are going to be on campus, including Maury Johnson, who helped lead Muscle Shoals to a 66-0 shutout tonight. He's another really impressive-looking defensive lineman, probably in the 265, 270-pound range. He plays tight end offensively, and this might be Scott Bason's best team at Muscle Shoals.
No doubt. That team has been really impressive this year. Drew DeArmond with us, 97.7 The Zone in Huntsville. He's the host of Talking Ball. Drew, thank you so much for the time. Have a great weekend.
Thank you, Drew.
Appreciate it.
All right. Drew joining us there for our recruiting segment as we get back into scores on the 4s. Luke, take us back into 5A.
5A, number 1, Viger over UMS Wright, 39-26. Moody shuts out number 9, St. Clair County, 55-0. We're a number 9 team. Number 3, Williamson, 57, Centronel 5. Number 4, Fairview, 42, Ardmore 7. It was Guntersville handling Sardis, 49-12. Number 6, Leeds, they continue to roll, 45-15 over Lincoln. Number 7, Central Clay, 39, Marbury, 14. Number 8, Corner, they go to Ramsey and get hammered, 34-14. And number 10, Northside, 35, Selma 6. Still waiting on a final on that one.
That's right. In the 4A classification, it was number 1, Jackson, 28-14 over Baker. Any surprise that was just a 14-point game?
Maybe a little, but Jackson's going to turn it on late, so I'm not worried about it.
Number 2, St. Michael, 56-0 over Satsuma. Number 3, West Morgan defeats 5A Priceville 8-7. It was number 4, Cherokee County, 38-14 over Etowah. Number 5, Anniston hangs on against number 9, Alexandria, 20-18. Number 6, Good Hope, 42-0 over Haleyville. Number 7, Madison Academy had the week off. Number 8, Opp defeats Pike County, old rivalry there, 29-22. It was number 10, North Jackson, 61-21 Thursday night against St. John Paul II. Scores on the 4s is brought to you by the Alabama